You might have heard that pet animals are quite loyal to their master and would willingly die trying to save their owners. However, there have been a number of cases where these pet animals have reportedly hurt, or as in some cases, killed their owners. Yes, you heard that right. But who are these animals? And why did they kill their own owners? Where are these animals now? Continue watching the video till the end to know more. Hey everyone, and welcome back to yet another video from our channel. We hope you guys are doing extremely well. In this video, we will be talking about 20 traitor pet animals that ate their owners. We will be diving deep into every aspect of this topic, so if you are new to this channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now without any further ado, let's hop right into the video. Kellyanne Walls and her carnivores. 37-year-old Kelly had 3 unusual pets, a Bengal tiger, an African lion, and a black bear. While they were kept in separate cages, she was mauled to death one fine day by her black bear while she was cleaning his cage. She had given him some dog food and then turned her back on her when he attacked and fatally wounded her. Neighbors witnessed the attack and called authorities, but it was too late. Pam Weaver and her pet camel. Pam was given a pet camel by her husband on her 60th birthday. The family wanted to give her a llama or alpaca, but they were too expensive. The 10-month-old animal, weighing around 150 kgs, had a history of erratic behavior and knocked the lady to the ground and apparently tried to have sex with her. He lay on top of her, straddling her, until she ran out of oxygen and died due to the unbearable pressure. Ricky Weinhold and his bull. Ricky apparently loved his cattle and was spending more time with them as a calf was about to be born. He had a barn space for his domesticated bulls in Philadelphia where the accident happened. It was a day before his 53rd birthday that he was attacked by his 1-ton bull and died succumbing to the injuries. Sandra L. Piovesan and her wolf dogs. Sandra had raised a pack of 9 wolf dogs by herself and was extremely devoted to them, saying that they gave her unqualified love. It turns out that the love went sour when she failed to show up for a meeting with her daughter. Her estranged husband went to look for her, only to find that her body was inside the cage of her wolf dogs, partially eaten. She had bled to death after being clawed and bitten and later being dragged to the enclosure by her half-wolf, half-dog hybrid pets. Unnamed man and his bull terrier. When an unnamed resident from Liverpool did not show up for a few days, it was cause for worry. Police went to check on him and on entering his house found him dead. His dog Buster, a bull terrier, was in a highly agitated state. At first, the police presumed that the dog was upset over his owner's death, but it later turned out that he had been feasting away on his corpse for a few days. Janet Veal and her feline friends. If dogs can feast on their owners, why not cats? When the neighbors hadn't seen much of Janet Veal, they informed the authorities. The police arrived at her house to find her dead body and, more disturbingly, her cats dining on her corpse. Woman and her hamster. This is another strange incident where a woman was found dead inside her apartment and was scavenged upon by her pet hamster. The victim was found dead in her home with unusual marks and wounds on her face. After careful investigation, it was found that the woman owned a free-range golden hamster. When investigators looked in an inconspicuous open drawer, they found a ghastly sight: the hamster's burrow. Its new home was made out of human skin, fat, and muscle tissue. Marius and his pet hippo, Humphrey. Keeping a hippopotamus as a pet does generally seem to be a bad idea. They are huge, scary, and generally account for the maximum amount for human deaths in Africa. So it was strange when South African farmer Marius Hels kept a hippo at his farm in Free State for years, despite being warned about it several times, even calling the animal a son to him. A few years back, his body was found floating in the river, being thoroughly chewed up by his pet hippo. Child and family ferret. While they find ferrets agile and cute, what they do not realize is that ferrets have sharp teeth of piranha-like teeth and a taste for flesh. When a Missouri family was awakened by the sound of their infant crying in the other room, they guessed he might be hungry or the diaper need to be replaced. What they didn't expect was finding their bloodied baby with 7 of his fingers eaten by their pet ferret. The child was rushed to hospital for recovery and the ferret was killed. And that is not all. Another case happened where a couple came to their drawing room to find their newborn baby being eaten alive by their 3 pet ferrets. Mark Vogel and his spider. The 30-year-old from Germany was found dead in his apartment when his army of exotic pets escaped their cages. His corpse was draped in spider webs, which had been there for 7 to 14 days, whereas more than 200 spiders, several snakes, thousands of termites, and a gecko were found feasting on the corpse. Authorities believe that his black widow, named Bettina, may have orchestrated the whole human flesh-eating event by fatally biting him. Cassowary of Florida. In Florida, a 75-year-old man was a breeder of these birds until one of them attacked him in 2019. According to officials, he fell to the ground by accident and then the bird struck. The man was probably doomed from the moment he hit the ground, as a cassowary can run up to 50 kilometers per hour and jump 2.1 meters into the air despite being flightless. Paul and the stag. One morning, Paul had gone to feed the hybrid breakfast when his wife and son heard a commotion coming from the animal's area as the beast attacked. His wife attempted to intervene, but she was injured by the animal. Their son went to get help. After paramedics and police arrived, they treated the injuries and shot the hybrid. Paul died from his injuries, but his wife survived. She was moved to a hospital where she eventually recovered after several operations. Monkeys who helped in climbing the trees. A 72-year-old man and his son were both attacked by their pet monkey as they were attempting to get it to climb trees and retrieve fruit. It was the older man who died, although the son received an injury to his neck. The monkey had been trained to gather coconuts from palm trees by going to something called a monkey school. Kellyanne and the black bear. A pet black bear named Teddy killed one of its owners. Kellyanne had been raising the bear for 9 years, ever since it was a cub. Bear cubs are relatively easy to handle, but according to experts, any relationships that may be formed with a cub are destroyed when the bear reaches about 4 years old and reveals violent outbursts of behavior. It was reported that the bear attacked her while she was cleaning the cage. Tuo and her pet crocodile. In January 2019, an Indonesian woman fell into an outdoor enclosure containing an illegally kept crocodile named Mary. The woman's name was Dizzy Tuo, and she was the head of a pearl farm laboratory that produced beauty products. It was unknown what a crocodile was doing on the laboratory property because these creatures are not known for their beauty, but apparently it was being fed like a pet. Elephant in politics. A man named Ram Lakan Verma was a politician affiliated with a political party in India called the Bahujan Samaj Party, kept an elephant as a pet that he would use during political campaigns. In 2003, the elephant began behaving wildly, so Verma brought him to the outskirts of the village and tried to calm him down, but then the elephant became enraged again. At that point, Verma lashed out and tried to strike the animal on the forehead with a sharp iron rod. Eyewitnesses reported that the weapon ended up lodged in the elephant's ear. Verma then lost his balance and fell to the ground. The panicked elephant crushed him to death and then ran back toward the village. Klaus and the wildebeest. In 2004, Klaus Dick Randat was trampled to death by one of his wildebeests behind his home. The animal had been made safer to handle by cutting off most of its horns, but that turned out not to matter in the end. The coroner declared that the wildebeest had inflicted blunt force trauma to its owner's head and chest, probably first by ramming him and then by trampling him. The Black Mamba case. In 2011, the 1.5-meter venomous reptile bit owner Alita Stacy on her forearm. The snake is known for its venom because nearly 100% of bite victims will die within 20 minutes if not treated. And that's all for today. Did we miss out on anything? Do you have any other stories worth adding to our list?